Welcome back. We are us, and this is Lies of P. So we find ourselves back at Hotel Krat because I have a quartz to use. So I figure, why not? I was going to take care of this like the other stuff I did while off camera, but why not involve you guys in our power? We have 2 quartz, by the way. Oh, that's good. We get to boost our pulse cell recovery then. Okay. Starting with the 3rd stage for attack or offensive things. Perfect guard destruction. Granted, it is valuable, especially in that boss fight against the eldest of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I broke his sword eventually. Granted, again, I don't know if you can. I don't know if it was a fluke or if it was by design that we got the weapon, the baton from that unique puppet, that police puppet in the beginning of the game, or early on in the game. And that's just not a thing that is consistent. That's not possible. I don't know if it's a thing that's possible throughout the rest of the game where you can just, well, with unique weapons and enemies that have them, you can just get those weapons from them. I don't know if it's possible. So I'm sitting here thinking, what if Perfect Guard destroying their weapon prevents you from being able to acquire their weapon when you beat them? But in boss fights, well, it's actually only useful in certain fights anyway, and the enemies that attack quickly, even if they do have a weapon that's destroyable, I'd rather just kill them and not worry about their weapon. Oh yes! Enhancing the charge stagger attack. Oh, that is so good for us. Weird. I was hoping pressing left and right on the D-pad would allow me to skip tiers, but instead it moves us over to the next pages. So, increase Fable Arts effect duration. That would be for stuff like Altar for that stone sword. I don't know if it's actually called a stone sword. It might be divine something. But the altar mode for it that extends the weapon's length and grants stamina cost reduction. That could be pretty good. Enhances Legion Arms attack when more than half of the Legion, I'm guessing they mean the durability or ammo for it remains. This could be good. Especially, frankly, I think it's just good all around for them. For every single one except for the shield, of course. Okay, let's see what defensive stuff we have on tier 3, just to check, you know? Enhanced special resistance. Hold on, okay, we do have another pulse cell recovery, and we've already got that in use. I wouldn't mind enhancing our guard regain recovery. I also wouldn't mind more reduced damage while the pulse cells are discharged. What else do we have? Enhancing Fable Charge from Perfect Guard. Lowering stamina consumption during discharge would be really good. Because that's what I'm not going to be risking getting hit. And I'll be using dodge more, so that would actually be really good. Lowers the weapon's durability reduction as your weight increases. I wonder if this would be on par with the amulet, considering that we're hovering just above 80%. Boosting the speed of the Wishstone use? That would be huge. That would be huge. Charge Fable when reviving. Naturally recover the durability of inactive weapons. Wow, that is really good. Granted, I usually have a main and a sub weapon. The main weapon being a heavy, the sub weapon being a quick weapon, or one with a faster attack speed to handle enemies that flinch, or for other unique cases that I can't remember at the moment. This tier is really good. Granted, tier 2 has some stuff I want as well. Oh, this is going to be hard. Just to check, what does the item type section have? Consumable effect duration. Grindstone effects. Ergo loss. Fable Catalyst. Oh, in case for whatever reason you don't know, if you die after having died and you have Fable or Ergo to recover, you lose half of that Ergo. Enhance the effect of Fable Catalyst. Actually, that might be good depending on how much it increases it by. Fable Catalysts give you a single bar on use. So would this increase it by another bar, or just by half, or worse, less? Granted, half is not great either. Reduced item prices. This speaks to me. Increase the maximum amount of gold coin fruit that spawns on the tree. Oh, increase the ergo we get from killing enemies? Yep. I love to kill enemies. I don't need more. Okay, I sort of do need extra belt slots, but actually, okay, increasing the number of cube uses depends. Does it increase the number of times you can use a single, what's the thing called? Okay, let's get to the cube and see. Okay, wish stone. So, does increasing the number of uses mean that you can use a single wish stone more than once? Or does it mean that it automatically loads the next wish stone in that stack? So if you have 2 recovery wish stones, once you use one, it'll automatically load the next one. So you no longer have any if you were to use that next one. Also, I used this before and it just didn't feel like I actually recovered any HP. Which isn't great, you know? At least it wasn't fast enough for it to be noticeable. Because I was in a boss fight, I had to keep my eyes on the prize. That's a tough one. Still, that's not a problem for us right now, as we are no longer in possession of quartz. We have 6 pulse cells, which now do increased healing. Always appreciated. I spent our ergo on our stats. I don't remember what I increased. Probably health and stamina, maybe weight as well. So let's move forward, and hopefully you guys haven't noticed it yet. I'm going to avoid mentioning it, and we're going to move on to the next part of Rosa Isabella Street, I suppose. Granted, we're going to have to work... Hold on, there's another old guy here. Is it? Oh, it's just showing this guy for some reason.
At the House of Vanini, even priceless things have a price.
Wait. Request appraisal of collectibles. The smiling bunny mark is what we picked up from the graveyard back at the village.
Oh dear. This is the mark of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood, a notorious band of stalkers. The stalkers as a unified force ceased to be after their defeat at the Battle of the Workshop Tower. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood took over the Marlem district after that. I believe you could use this mark to move safely whilst on the Black Rabbit Brotherhood's turf, to use their unsophisticated vernacular, and give you entree to the black market as well. But be careful, sir. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood is quite infamous for how they treat interlopers. If they catch you, they'll put you in the liar's coffin. Yes, I believe it is as unpleasant as it sounds. Ah, and I see we have new physical records to catalogue for the collection. Such effort deserves commensurate reward, don't you think?
Rewards? Oh, I do not hate that. Okay, so please do not tell me that I have missed out on the opportunity to access the black market. Please, because I'm sure there's going to be weapons there. And I want them. Did I have to talk to him in order to actually be able to use the token? I didn't have it at the time. I don't think I had it when I first entered. Yeah, I remember now. I did not have this mark It's Mark, yeah. Yeah. I did not have this when I first entered their territory. I only found it recently. Did I need to have it before I entered? Because during the fight, as you saw, at the very least, the intro to the fight was shown. As you saw, they already had the liar's coffin, which is weird because I never had the chance to speak to them, much less lie. That is frustrating if so. Granted, the mark, I could have just not noticed it. So that could have just been an issue. It might have been there and I just didn't see it. Although the chance exists that it just hadn't spawned in. So there wasn't a glint to notice. Oh, that is extremely frustrating.
At the house.
So he's not selling anything new. So we've got a bunch of these collectibles just rotting here in our inventory. And there's nothing. Maybe we should try talking to Geppetto about the painting we found. Yeah, that's also another reason I stopped in his room. I had thought about talking to him and figured there might be something new there, so didn't want you guys to miss out.
This portrait. I remember it fondly. I thought it was lost forever. I had no idea the Black Rabbit Brotherhood had stolen it. To think that you have brought it back to me. Forgive a foolish old man his memories. Memories of a happier time, my son. I know just where to hang it in the hotel.
Okay, that little bit earned us the clap emote. So, let's see, what else? The White Lady's locket. As far as I'm aware, and I still remember that I need to find the wine for the old lady with the cough. As far as I am aware, I have not run into this woman's sister, and her sister, according to her, was dead, so I don't know what to expect to happen. Also, I bought this a long time ago, and I don't know where it's supposed to go. Let's try. Well, I spoke to her already, so she's definitely not the White Lady's sister. Yeah, that seems to be it for our interactions at Hotel Krot. Is there anything else? Anywhere else? Oh, right. Actually, let's go check with Alidoro to see, on the off chance that we might have something to exchange for a weapon.
Calls for a great...
No. See, that's frustrating. I fought 3 bosses now. The eldest brother, the white lady, and the mad clown puppet, and I don't have diddly to show for it, aside from spent ergo, of course. And I don't even know... I'm not certain that I get ergo from human opponents. I mean, I assume so, but I don't really pay that much attention. All right. Honestly, with how much the performance varies and just how wonky things can be, I should probably raise at least the texture detail some. But I'll think on that a bit before we actually go through with it. That took for fricking ever to kill her. Oh yeah. Wrenchy boy. Yugi boy. See, I keep going back up because I don't want her to just hit me and knock me off. Like that. See, now you would imagine that that would actually deal damage to that thing, and then... Oh, it did do damage to it. My turn. Not as fun being on the receiving end, huh? How do I feel about that heal? Well, given that I've increased my HP... Let's see, where are we? We're at 505 now. I think that would just about fill half the bar. Whereas before it was like 30%. And that was with slightly less HP. So it's not that bad of an upgrade. I also didn't see how much ergo we got. Also, we killed 2 other ones and a third one killed itself for us, so... difficult to really say. I was going to swap weapons, but I don't want her sneaking up on me. So yeah. I don't think I upgraded anything. It's difficult to say. We've also got the kamikaze clown up ahead, so that's another concern. I did upgrade this one to +4. Do we have anything else that's faster attacking? I upgraded this one to +4, but I've tried it with every combination of handle that I own, and I can't give it anything that feels good to attack with. I've got plenty that increase its range a little bit, but nothing that makes it feel good to use. And that's the really frustrating part. Like, I've got plenty of handles to use with it, but just... motherfricking... Oh, that actually pisses me off. Can it still see me? Let's try right here. Okay, so we got around to it a little earlier than I had intended, but in case you haven't noticed it, because I did change my clothes, we're super dapper now. In case you didn't notice. Frick. Yeah, so we have a gun now. And we can actually aim with it. Okay, so I can avoid... Yeah. Let's not die, huh? I can't move with it. There we go. Bang. It's pretty wonky with a gamepad. Yeah, it's not going through that. I get 3 uses out of it, huh? Whatever. Why not? Don't I have something that's supposed to restore Fable use when I kill an enemy? I can't move left or right, which would be all I need. Oh, look at that. I'm protected, but you're not. Also, just so you know, if you hit an enemy in the head with that shot, it doesn't attach to their head, it just teleports to center mass and detonates from there. It also doesn't appear to do any extra damage when it hits them in the head. I did not manage to guard in time or interrupt the activation of the self-destruct. But good lord, that is a healthy heal. That means so many fewer... I was going to say wasted, but if I'm using them, they're not wasted. Except for the cases where I'm using them and they are being wasted. Which... No. We should make this quick. I hate that. Mother fricking, I was... Shut up. Don't dodge. Die. Right, that's the shortcut to that other area. So not everything spawned back in. Man, I am slightly frustrated that I have not gotten anything I can use to trade, anything to trade with Alidoro for an amulet or a weapon, just something. It really does take a bit of the edge off of getting a victory over on these enemies. Especially the eldest brother, I should say. This might be where we're supposed to go. Just checking to make sure nothing came up at the hotel. Man, I really wish I had found that mark first. So the Gun Legion armor is alright, but I don't see... I looked at its upgrades. We looked at them before, but I looked them over again, and it's just... none of them are good until I think the final one or two. Which is not great, considering how much investment is required in order to get to those levels. Oh, yeah, by the way, this is the arm I spent the Legion plug on, so. Ta-da! I chose this outfit because it goes better with the arm, the color, the bulkiness of it. But it's not likely that we're going to keep this arm very long. I just wanted to test it out in practical combat. That is going to be frustrating if I'm wrong, or if I'm right, actually. Yeah. If it's a special enemy, it'll know I'm here. If it's just chaff. Oh, yeah. Dang it. I have to get out of this corner. Which one is it? One reduces effects, the other increases resistance. I'm guessing that's resistance. I think we ended up in a corner again. Well. Well, that's mighty frustrating. Which one of these frickin' things is it? Yeah, that's the one. The fat one at the bottom. Like I thought. I guess I didn't get the use of it off in time? Shut up. Well, the frame rates have gone to crap now. Sheesh. Nope. Really? I mean, I didn't want to... Okay. I didn't want to have to rely on Jonathan this early, but, Alright. So our ergo is all the way at the far end, so let's actually... Why can't I target you? Good news is that I don't need to target you. Nothing. We're just... Joke's on you. I don't have to fight you. Ah. What's this thing's charge attack? So they flinch if they aren't attacking? God dang it. Awful enemy. this way. Right? Yeah. Or not. That's weird. Oh, the Legion arm does recover when you kill enemies. That's good. Not entirely relevant, but if I can, I would probably prefer to swap that effect off to something else. But I'll have to test that out later. Probably off camera, just because it's going to require me to go back to the hotel, which, when there's nothing going on, isn't particularly interesting. Where the frick did I die? Also, why didn't I see that down there when I was over there? All that cushion for the pushing, and it's on a robot. I am upset. I am incensed. This weapon is too big for these tight quarters, she said. Maybe this one? This damage isn't great. Seriously, where did I die? Did I go this way? Hey, buddy. No? You're done? Or... Shut up. Okay, so the handle grants endure. Oh, that's the thing we were looking for. Real quick, let's get that. Okay. Doesn't sound like the spider. This weapon isn't that heavy, so we could go with a heavier one. It's also pretty good for tight quarters, given that its blade is curved. Granted, I don't know how accurate that is in terms of its interaction with the terrain. More accurately, the way it's programmed. I think this is probably still the better option for these quarters. How in the world don't I have an electro? A weapon that inflicts, or at least applies electro to enemies. Okay. Oh, hey there, buddy. I'm sort of out of cartridges. No, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Stop, stop, no. Dang it. Granted, the charged attack got us there quickly, didn't it? The only problem is the damage was lacking, especially on the fatal attack. And we got nothing from fighting it, which is the real shame here. What was that even doing in here? I guess you could assume it was guarding this. Actually, I can't go back to the Stargazer, otherwise everything will respawn. Sucks. Screw it, we'll just put it on now then. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the Exploding Pickaxe. It's a weapon that can be disassembled. It's a large, blunt, if it wasn't obvious, a large blunt weapon with 100 durability. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it can be increased through upgrading. Yeah, you get an extra 10 for every +1. So that's cool. It's pretty heavy. It's about as heavy as this weapon we're currently holding, our favorite, our son, the 7-coil spring sword. Its main attack type is slash, which is interesting considering, well, that's the way it attacks. So rather than stab the enemy with a blunt weapon, I don't know how to really describe. It attacks the enemy in slashing motions rather than stabbing motions. That's its preferred method of attack. If you were to give it a handle, for example, this rapier handle, it would change its attack type to stab, but it's not meant to be stabbed with, so the damage it'll deal will be significantly reduced. I learned that through testing while I was trying to beat the eldest of the Brotherhood. Unfortunately, this weapon scales poorly with technique, but it does scale with it at all, so that's good. Its preferred scaling is with motivity, which is not good. We don't have any extra points in motivity at all. We've got 1 in advance, and that's it, as far as these other stats are concerned. I thought I heard little stepping sounds of the little puppet girls. Well, yeah, little girl puppets. Which is even more apt because they're literally connected to puppet strings, but moving on. This weapon is currently sitting at 132 damage, naturally, and it has 13.15 pulse cell charge, which is not bad. It's in between the 7-coil spring sword and the big wrench head. So it's decent all around. Its Fable charge is slightly worse than the 7-coil spring sword, and its damage reduction is much worse when guarding. But 57% isn't bad. It's just not 73%. However, its Fable art on the weapon head is Flame Strike. It consumes 3 Fable bars, and you rush forward, jump, and deliver a downward blow. When you cut downward, explosions will deal fire damage to the surrounding enemies. After attacking, your weapon is temporarily imbued with fire. Yeah, that sounds pretty okay. I'd prefer if it were only 2 bars, that way it's the flame strike attack and then the effects that you're paying for, but whatever. Then on the handle we have Conserve Energy, which decreases stamina consumption temporarily. I don't know by how much or how long, but if I had that one effect, it would be extended, so there's that. I'm really considering, God, there are so many good effects to add. Granted, if I can get enough ports, I can have most of them, but I want to get all of the, I want to activate the things that are most useful to me first, like I don't know about the cube's additional use being useful, but we'll see. For now, actually, yeah, let's go ahead and equip the hammer. Its damage won't be great, but it can be upgraded to, well, we have a lot of crescent moons, so we can actually upgrade it pretty far. You know what would be great? If the handle, well, then it would be a special weapon because the effect wouldn't actually apply well with anything else. I was going to say it'd be cool if the handle had an effect that allowed you to change which end of the weapon you're using. So you could swap between the giant pick on one end and the hammer on the other. And then that would also affect, I mean, I guess it could also affect the weapon ability of the head. But again, that then makes it so that it has to become a special weapon, which you can't disassemble. Still, I'm glad we have it. It just saddens me a little bit because that says to me that I cannot. It's just a little bit more evidence that says I can't actually get weapons from enemies. And that the robot that I got the baton from, for legendary actress Adelina Corday. I wanted to read the rest of it. Even those who envied her reputation loved her songs. So yeah, it's just one more piece of evidence in a long line that says, yeah, you can't actually earn weapons from enemies. Ah, great, another one of these. Ooh. Crescent moonstones raining down like manna from the heavens. And yet another locked door. Ah! Yeah, no, that's great. pretty sure we can open this one. No surprises, okay? Okay, so this opens us up to the foyer. Foyer? Foyer? Foyer. We're going with foyer. Really? A boss this soon? I mean, we're right at the end of the episode, though. Granted, nothing all that special has transpired. I wonder if... Oh yeah, we can definitely go down there. But... I think... No, that's a lamp. How far out can we go? I don't know if we'll actually be able to get out. But I mean, I'm in. Let's find out. Totally not worth it. I need a Trinity key to get in there. Or I need for the game to bug out and for the door to disappear. Wait. I tried to come this way before, didn't I? Or is this a different hallway entirely? No, surely not, right? Oh, it definitely is. There's no way I'd leave an item just sitting there. I don't see any way I could be surprised. Huh. We're out of ammo for the Legion arm. We have no magazines for it either. I will swap. What do we want? A throwable. Move to equipment and here. And we didn't move it because I guess it just didn't feel like going. Super great. Oh my god! Oh, that is terrifying. Oh, goodness. The charge up attack on this lacks a lot of mobility. And damage. Interrupted it. Good, good. We like that. Dodge. You're out of stamina. Finally. That was a bit rough. Well. Well. That is certainly something that transpired. We are going to have to get rid of that handle. That is not good enough. Range on that charged attack is terrible. I hear something to the left, unless I've got my... No, there's no way I could have these on wrong. Did I tell you guys I broke my headphones? I like them to fit snugly, so I pull them down over my ears and adjust them accordingly, and I guess I'm a little too rough with them, and the poor dears just gave up the ghost. It happened a long time ago before I even actually realized it, so... Okay, good. You take that big bottom elsewhere. So, it's just been broken for a long time, and then it just reached a point where I actually was able to notice how broken it was. There we go. One more child for the... yeah, I'm not going to say that. Today, please, if you don't mind. What's our other weapon? Right, that thing. It swings too slowly, so we'll wait. Yeah, that interrupts them real good, like. Where's the other one? There are usually 3, right? In most cases where I've dealt with this thing, there are usually 3. Come along, then. I blocked just in case there were going to be some surprises, like its legs lashing out in death throes that deal damage, just to be safe, you know? I do want a... God dang it. See, that's a wasted heal. So, weapon. This guy. Has to be this guy, right? What's this one's charge attack? Not a fan. Let's see if we can interrupt the little girl puppets. Again, I'm trying to avoid going into the boss fight immediately. Notes from an experiment. Oh. I mean, it's not going to be a weapon. We already got that, but if it is, that'd be cool. Jeweled cryptic vessel. That's another thing for what's his mug to decipher. After we deal with whatever's down here. So that was further than I had expected. forgot the part where that crits. Missed the goddamn butterfly. This takes us back outside, so we can get back to the butterfly pretty quickly. Or, cause it to respawn. But first, let's investigate this area and make sure there's nothing we miss. Yeah, I think it's clear. Crap, I really don't want those things to all spawn again. Okay, hold X, and then... There's another gate that way, right? I thought I saw one. Yeah, but this one doesn't open. Got it. Well, at least I was right about it being there. Also, this weapon's attacks are pretty linear. Ooh, I probably... For these guys, I would prefer to have the puppet string instead. God, they deal so much freaking damage, too. I mean, I suppose I could swap out the parts that provide us particular defenses for, say, piercing defense. Let's kill this guy before... Not as fun when they shoot back, is it? Bang. What? 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 So did the other shot hit him and then just not explode? Did it forget? Because when that shot landed, it just exploded immediately, which it doesn't do. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Stop evading me! Oh, thank you. We actually really need a technique crank. This will allow us to change a handle to scale more proficiently with technique. I don't know what we're going to use it on, but we're going to use it on something. How far are we from the boss room? I don't actually know. I remember the room we dropped down into from it that requires one of the Trinity keys, and I'm just going to find a way to bug out the room and see what's in there. Well, it depends on how it bugs out. Sometimes the door will just be gone, but the physics of the door will still prevent entry. And on other cases, the everything will just go. And like with the guy we got this mask from, we'll just be able to go in. Wait. If you look all the way in the back, through the door that's through the door, you can see the chandelier, I guess? I'm not entirely sure that's what that is, but you can see the flaming thing all the way in there just swinging back and forth. Past that is the boss room. And you know, that makes me feel a little better. So that means we don't have to go all the way through the entire place. Well, hopefully not, because I remember there being oh, I remember. Okay, I see how it works now. So there are still doors that, or shortcuts that are still sealed off right now. But I don't think I don't entirely believe exploration will bring about the opening of those. So next episode we will deal with the boss. Well, we'll see the boss at the very least, and then hopefully performance is good enough that it allows us to deal with the boss. Granted, that's going to take its own amount of time, and I really wish I could do it today, but I got a late start on the day, even though I went to sleep at like 4 this morning, or as soon as I got home from work. Almost as soon. About as good as soon as I arrived. But the alarm I set was only for Monday through Friday, and so it didn't go off in time. Nevertheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. We will have another episode for you on Wednesday, provided nothing goes terribly wrong. Provided nothing goes terribly wrong. I really hope you guys are enjoying this, because aside from the graphical, let's just say it how it is, the graphical ugliness that we have to endure just to have acceptable frame rates, aside from that, the game itself is actually really fun. And even including the bugginess due to the frame issues or just inherent design flaws of the game, the enemies popping in out of nowhere, that's interesting as well. And so with all that said, we will see you next time.